Alright, hey everyone, it's Lumen here. We've got another Terra Mystica game for you all. As you can see, I am the lone non-expert here by quite a good margin. And hello to Ryan, Andrew, and Mike. You guys want to say hi?
Hi everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Lumen, thanks for having us.
Hello.
Cool. So we've got this game set up. Base map, mini expansions, no landscape, auction. Here we go. Hoping that this will be another good fun time for you all to watch. Let me see if I can get my bookmarks bar out of here. Good. All right, setup analysis time. Ryan, it's your time to shine.
I do tend to be the one who talks a lot. I usually look at what bonus spells we're missing. We're missing Spade. What else are we missing? We're missing Trading Post Pastile. That doesn't matter a ton for most factions. We're missing. God, how can I not figure out? We're missing Spade. We're missing Trading Post.
We're missing Priest.
Yeah. Priest, yeah, we're missing Priests as well. So Priests have slightly extra value, especially with round 5. We have coins coming in. Big buildings early kind of encourages some factions to open Stronghold, which makes Priests even more attractive. So Priests will be somewhat contested. Spades are a little tight because there's no Pastile, but there's 2 good Spade events in round 2 and 4 from the cults, so it's not going to be too bad. This game's pretty econ friendly. Building a bunch of dwellings in round 3 and following that up with trading posts in round 4 is pretty good. Building a temple in 5 is blah, but it's doable, and then a bunch of dwellings in 6 is often a pretty good economic setup. So not like a super high reason to take Earth 1 here. You have 3 different scoring pastiles and you have a bunch of track. I mean, Earth 1's still good, but basically econ is pretty good here too, so
yeah.
I've been taking Earth 1 so much recently, so if you wonder why I'm up to 500 again.
Good thing. Alright, we see Engineers and Swarmlings this far too. Both of those make a lot of sense. Swarmlings are missing the Trading Post pastile, but that's not a big issue for them.
It's not the biggest issue, but they definitely like it more than pretty much anyone.
Yeah.
I just played a bad game with them, so I need redemption. That's why I picked them.
Their Engineers are pretty much always good, and although this track isn't even that Engineers. The track's fine. There's no cult rewards for Earth, which is often what Engineers like to see. The only Workers cult event is in round 1, which is a bit early for
I think
them,
this is a good Engineers track.
It's not great for cults. It's fine for scoring.
Oh, sure. I mean, but how important are the cults? In my opinion,
a lot of times engineers use the cult rewards to help fuel their game. Like they turn their priests into economy.
I think engineers do pretty well whenever the trading post scoring comes out a bit earlier than optimal for most factions, because engineers can just slam those down a lot earlier.
Yeah, it is a lot easier for engineers to build 4 of them in round 4 than a lot of factions.
I think they can slam all the trading houses out in round 4, and then go like temple in another trading house in round 5 with air 1, and then you just have like 6 dwellings on your board and you hit dwellings. My theory on engineers is I almost always have like 2 shipping by the end of round 3, and so I end up like doing nothing with cults. But obviously, it's like track. You play to the track. But typically, I get a lot of my dwellings out early, which requires shipping, which means you're not going to have cults.
And that's fair. I mean, there is ship scoring in this game, and because the cult rewards aren't that exciting for engineers either, I mean, they'd like spades, but they don't really need extra priests. And again, the workers are so early. All right, we see Fakir's fun, so this is a pretty classic color combo. I could just throw in black and make it all very boring.
Yeah,
I'd be pretty happy with black here.
It doesn't look great for Fakirs in a lot of ways, but we actually saw Ondas win a rough bonus tile setup with Fakirs in Fire 2 Open, so albeit on a better map for them. So
yeah, at least blue is in this game though, so I'm good at that. Alright, I clearly am not picking green. I hate throwing in sandwich factions as much as I kind of would be intrigued by Witches opening strongholds, but I don't want to see that. not that interested in putting in a Sandwich Dread faction either, although I do like Giants, and Giants were kind of on my radar, but I don't
want Alchemists, Ryan.
sandwiched.
I want Alchemists.
Alchemists are okay. Every Alchemist game I've played lately, I've been doing poorly, so maybe I need to throw them in and just watch you go at it, but
Oh, I will. Well, it seems like Mike always takes them. Like I feel like Mike always takes them before
I'm never able to get this.
Yeah.
I'm never able to get these dream where your worker economy is just rolling. I just constantly keep winding up in games where I can't get the dwellings down quickly.
Let me show you how it's done.
To get early leech. Eh,
Let me show you how it's done.
C1 Alchemist. I think it does partly depend on matchups where people upgrade. Like if you can get away with like a C1 Alchemist this game, and everybody upgrades next to you, then sure, they'll be
You're
great.
forcing. Like in my opinion, Alchemists don't need that much leech, which is why they're so good.
So and that's what I thought. But I'll point you to a few games that I'll like at high levels. Or maybe I'm just overbidding them in those situations. Like I think it's going to be fine, but God,
Yeah,
if you can't get a little bit of help, you can't get that snowball going, and it just.
Let me see Alchemists.
I might. It's more interesting than Darklings, right?
Well, Ryan always picks Darklings.
No, yeah, you do, and like you
I'm
get
good
away
with
from that.
Darklings. I enjoy them, but
We want an
we don't
interesting
need them
game
on
here, right?
stream. Fine, interesting game. It'll be
Yay.
Yeah,
Peer pressure.
yeah, it works every time. All right. So what am I bidding here?
Engineers.
I mean, I think we agree on what the 30 faction is, right?
Secures.
Yeah.
Are they?
Are you going to argue for
What are you putting
Swarmlings?
30 on?
So the track isn't great for Alchemists. Such early trading houses.
Yeah.
Like, that's really bad for them. And I don't know. There are things that are bad for them, but I'll bid like 5 on Engineers here. Because they're clearly the best.
Alchemists, I agree. Alchemists have things okay, but it's not incredible for them by any means. Completely agreed. In many ways, I think this would have been better for Darklings, right? Like you slam that priest to water, you get all the water reward.
Yeah,
You probably open Sanctuary as Darklings.
Your 4th seat, so you don't get the upgrade in time to get that much leech, probably.
I mean, there's still this trio of leech because like you're gonna deny Engineers leech, and so that trio is getting leech, and Engineers aren't, right? So you're still getting plenty of leech.
I suspect you still don't actually get to open Sanctuary, but
You get 6 power from that. So if you start at 5/7, that's 110. Take the 2 workers action.
you might be able to. It might have been there. I agree.
Yeah,
It's
you can do
possible.
it.
This is not-
Because
it's certainly not
Priest to
guaranteed.
Cult for 3 power.
For 3 power? What?
You take Earth 1 first, and then Priest to Earth.
Gotcha.
Or,
But now you don't get your priest to water? Like, yeah, whatever. Darklings aren't in this game, so let's move on. It's what we're
Everybody
actually
bid on
playing.
them, I won't switch.
Everybody's enjoying Engineers bids, which I think is just correct. Colorless Engineers is pretty good. The only problem is,
I mean, at
are we all going
14
to be
points
jerks
different.
and not... I was going to say, are we all going to be jerks and not give Engineers leech early? Which is probably the case.
100%.
And so then we loop back to the Engineers that don't get early leech are often in some trouble more than you'd think.
Yeah, but if they're getting their trading houses out early, it can't be that bad.
I don't think it's terrible. The other thing that is still a problem for all these factions too is until Alchemists get their digging upgrade, we are still in a spade tight game again now too, because this is part of why I somewhat wanted to throw in Darklings.
Oh, Mike, you're the best.
So you play
Yeah, you gotta
you
get the
play
win.
Alchemist different than me then. I take like 1 dig until I upgrade digging. That's it.
Sure, but that's still 1 dig. Like, look,
Well, I
there's
mean, that's
only
not a big
3
deal.
digs. Well, there's only 3 digs around, and there's 4 factions. Like, what? Like, there's only 9 digs for the first 3 rounds for the 4 of us. So, a lot of factions, that's not really enough. I think I agree with Lumen that 14 victory points is enough of an edge. My issue is I'm not actually convinced if I like Swarmlings or Alchemists better.
Hey Hubert in the chat, and hey Anup. My side of the connection seems to be good, but I'm not completely sure if my OBS lies to me these days.
Andrew,
Down.
Andrew,
Yeah, I'm really not. As much as I wanted Alchemist in the game, I don't think they're supposed to be bid on yet.
I mean, maybe.
I think I'm back to Engineers. No, maybe I'm
I
not.
will say, I really love Alchemist, but I feel like there are so many people that start bidding on them before I start bidding on them. As much as I love to play Alchemist, I feel like people overvalue them sometimes, even though they're like a really tricky faction to play.
Yeah, I mean, they can be explosive, but, you could also crash and burn. There's plenty of places to go.
You can have pretty mediocre games, which is what I've been saying that I've been experiencing. It's hard to be in good enough positions where you actually get your worker economy just... Those games where you wind up with 6 dwellings at the end of round 2 are great, but it's not that easy to get there.
I think the easy way to get there is open stronghold, because then you're getting your 12 power to actually do something.
Yeah.
It can help kick the snowball for sure. But
Is that what he's going to start with?
I think so.
Start with the temp grab the priest.
So I think the best line for Alchemist is open stronghold sanctuary bonus, open stronghold 3 power to priest, 5 power to priest.
I agree.
I'm not a huge fan of temp ship Alchemist. Like it's more of a last resort thing in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's something you do if you have no other way to get shipping early.
I mean, I think, I definitely agree with that Alchemist line. And that means Fakirs likely get worker power bonus if we're thinking about that kind of stuff already.
Yeah, I've already thought about that.
Yeah.
I've been thinking a lot about that during the bids. It's just part of the problem for a lot of these factions.
Yeah.
Because we don't necessarily actually have a lot of good pastiles for round 1.
Right.
Both Spade and Priest tend to be pretty good and they're gone, so...
Yep. Spade and Priest
In a Stronghold Sanctuary bonus, or in a Stronghold Sanctuary game round 1.
There's a decent number of factions that are okay with coins early, but Engineers are actually not one of them that usually needs a ton of coins.
There's like one situation where you want a coin pastile, right? And it's where you think you can get 2 temples, 2 dwellings in round 1.
Well, in my opinion, you still need coins round 2, right? Like you typically
some, but it depends what you're doing. Like basically, I think Engineers getting the coin tile is about the least useful thing to kicking their game off. It's okay, but it's underwhelming.
I've been knocked off.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, like, again, Alchemists potentially have some troubles, but it's fine.
I feel like we're still only maybe 2/3 of the way through the bidding. We're not quite close to the end yet, but someone might prove me wrong.
Yeah, that's why I keep trying to figure out how bad Fakirs are. The honest problem is I'd like none of these factions particularly well. None of these openings I'm like, oh, this is gonna go great. There's
definitely a lot of ways everything goes wrong.
Yeah, I guess that's the big issue. Like, I feel like every time lately in a lot of my games where I predict people are going to do things, and then I'm like, oh, I'll just take this faction. It's going to go really well. My predictions fail, and then I guess, yeah. So I'm probably looking too much at the worst case for everyone, but I'm like, oh, if I bid this faction, but these things happen, I hate it.
Yeah, there was a time on asynchronous Terra Mystica on Snellman that I would break out everyone's ideal round one, and many times got surprised by having better spots than I expected. So that was earlier than I thought Fakirs would break, but I think the order is reasonable here. Engineers, then Swarmlings, then Alchemists, then Fakirs.
I think the bids are actually reasonably close. I agree. I think that's a little early for Fakirs, but at
Going to
the
my
same
spot.
time, Fakirs actually probably are getting a decent amount of leech, so they probably get to open temple and just pass and get the double spade in round 2, which is a lot of why I think they're pretty okay here.
Huh. Okay.
I think there's 2 lines for Fakirs. And I'm not sure which one
Mike's
I
gonna
take
start over there, which
Yeah,
is
the Eastern
also...
Swarmlings. I mean, the Eastern
Yeah, that's
Swarmlings
fine.
works in a lot of situations, but
Why not here?
I mean, it's
Um,
a fine question to ask.
yeah, I'm very curious now too if Mike's even going to. I don't even know if Mike's gonna D2 now, which means engineers might be a lot better than I thought because there might be a leech party over here instead.
You're doing C1. I'm not doing 2 others.
I still think you're supposed to go D2. Because I think if you play it like this, engineers run away with the game. I think engineers just win.
Really?
Yes, I think if you feed engineers leech here, I think they run away with it.
Yeah, you're trying to get me over to your side, but
I kind of agree with Andrew. I was currently bidding engineers expecting him not to get a lot of early leech. I think colorless engineers that get early leech.
Yeah, exactly.
Now the only thing I will say is, if I'm correct that Mike's gonna take a power pass tile and open double dig, and Fakirs are gonna just do a quick round 1 for temple and pass to get double dig the next round, engineers are not gonna get spades early, and that can also slow them down enough.
Well,
Well,
engineers can take a power pass
Yeah.
style and beat Swarmlings to a double dig. They can double dig first move. So
engineers can take power.
so
just to
with
get double
Mike-
dig.
with Mike not going D2, what do I do?
I don't think that the engineers have won the game yet.
I do.
Well, definitely not. I mean, especially with me piloting them.
They clearly haven't won the game, but you giving them early leech is certainly much more friendly, and Andrew's going to be very sad about his Fakir's bid.
Oh, 100%. I think I've already lost and that Lumen's already won.
What? Come on.
I don't think Lumen's. I actually don't think Lumen's won, but I do think you've. I do think you've lost. If you don't, if you're not getting the leech you expected from Swarmlings, I agree, you're doomed. But this is part of why I had no interest in bidding Fakirs so early. Like, there was way too many ways things could have just got awful for you.
Really?
This is a split start for Fakirs, or at least it counts as
No.
a
Wow,
split.
engineers actually get engineers totally get neighbors at their spots too. The other reason I was very scared about engineers is I wasn't sure they were even going to get the option to open double temple. without
I
having
mean,
to
that's
do
the
an
other thing. Like, I didn't
expensive
think they were
trading
going to be
post.
able to open double temple. But
Oh,
then
they could. Expensive trading posts are 2 extra coins for them.
Yeah, they could,
right?
but that's
So
rough.
yeah.
Jesus.
It's not that bad if you're starting with a 6 coin tile. You may as well just do it. Like, it's 2 coins.
You still do it. It's just like 2 coins is a big deal. We all know 2 coins is a big deal.
It definitely matters. I agree. It's unfortunate, but now he does have neighbors, so I agree. Looks good. I had plenty of ideas, but I agree. I think I'm probably just gonna lose. I'm potentially losing Earth 1 this game because Swarmlings may well just take it. But I think that I'm okay with that. I think I'm supposed to just open the stronghold and take all those points that way.
Yep.
I agree.
I mean, in many ways, Swarmlade's not going D2 is pretty fine for me too, though, because I kind of wanted to upgrade C1 anyhow, but
Sure.
now I have a pretty safe stronghold town over there. Whereas if Swarmlanes were at D2, I expect Fakirs would fly to B2 pretty early too, and so my stronghold town would be horrendous.
All right. Well, I got 12 power and get to upgrade first move. Seems okay.
Oh yeah, because Mike
But where?
didn't take power.
Yeah, I mean,
Mike
obviously,
didn't
if
even
Mike
bother
takes
threatening it.
power, I take power. So, might as well end up with the coins. I would have guessed you take cult coins, though, because that cult bump is a worker.
So,
It
Lumen,
is.
I'm surprised that you didn't take the coins.
You're surprised that I
I
didn't?
think Lumen taking power is 100% correct. As we just said, engineers need spades more than anything early. They don't need coins. So he guaranteed himself double dig. Lumen had to take power. 100%. I think that's the correct call. All right, so I do have the option about what side to upgrade. I'm a little concerned about giving engineers power, and if I put the stronghold over there, Mike could go north with his digs. I don't think he would because south is just slightly better for him because his third hex is... Well, except he's never connected, so never mind. He gets this other black hex regardless. I think it's dangerous for me to try to even make this dwelling into a town, to be honest. So yeah, I think I
The
want to give
E10 one.
Fakir's power.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think not giving engineers... The problem is I think engineers are going to... Well...
I mean, I think it's right for you
eventually
to
get-
upgrade west.
I agree, yeah.
Alright. Double shovel time, because otherwise... otherwise I'm risking too much, question mark? Am I? Can I get away with more?
You could.
I probably can, but it's not making a temple. It would be upgrading my other dwelling to a
Yeah.
trading post.
Yes, you could get away with that.
It would be a little fringy, but
Oh, actually, you can't. Yeah, you can't necessarily. Well, you could do that, I guess.
I'm just not going to take any chances here.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. It's not. It's very unlikely you're going to get more leech by upgrading to a trading post anyhow, too, right? Like,
Right.
those guys aren't building next to you. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
What's interesting about it?
So not building means you're taking Earth 1 round 1, which I find interesting.
Sure. If I get a couple dwellings down, that is fine.
Yeah,
I
I, just
agree.
I tend to lean towards what a worker and a power round 2, I guess you're getting it. A worker and a power round 2 is greater than 4 points. Because that's basically 5 power, right? And 5
Yeah.
power...
But he also, if he wants Earth 1, there's not a guarantee that he gets it round 2, depending on how things play out here still. He can't know that it's absolutely going to be safe for him.
Yeah, there's no guarantees. So
I could potentially be aiming for a stronghold temple opening, right? Like
Yeah.
that alchemist can do that.
I'm curious as to who's taking the single dig. Not that it really affects me.
Nobody yet.
Well, until I dig your gray hex to green or whatever.
Yeah, do it. I dare you.
I believe.
Yeah, Ryan, if you upgraded in the east, then, well, you miss out on this extra little leech, but you also give me the outside chance of doing a crazy temple plus 5 dwelling opening or whatever.
I give you a lot. I agree. I give you a lot of power, and I think that's just too dangerous.
Yeah.
All right. I already was probably too risky. I absolutely do want this priest, so
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna take it.
I thought about taking priest there.
Oh, I know you did.
Well, there were a lot of thoughts actually. I could take dig, I could take priest, I could go earth 1, but I went fire 1 instead. There were a lot of things that I could do there.
Fire 1, since it comes with a worker right away.
It came with a worker. Yeah.
And I'm kind of guessing you're potentially building a second temple next round.
I think Fire One's the
yeah,
right
I
favor for you.
Yeah.
I was gonna take the priest if it was there.
I mean, again, priests are quite valuable in this game. I probably should have just taken it first action, to be completely honest, because the Fakirs, obviously, you're going to use a decent number of things for that. I'm not clear that it doesn't look like you're necessarily opening a temple this round, Mike. So, like, there's going to be somewhat of a lack of priests, and priests are going to score coins at the end of round 5.
Yep.
The cults are pretty wide open. You know, there's no cult faction. There's swarmlings, which can be kind of culty, but
I count Swarmlings as half a cult faction.
I do too. They start with 2 extra steps, and they tend not to have a ton of other things to do. I mean,
in this setup, Swarmlings are going to be a cult faction, right?
All right.
Alchemists aren't a cult faction at all. Fakirs aren't a cult faction at all.
Andrew's going to get his double dig.
Is he?
Well, because I'm feeding him.
Ryan's going to go Stronghold. I was sitting there debating whether I had to take the ship pass style just to make sure, but I was like, there's no way Ryan doesn't go upgrade that trading house.
Either I'm upgraded to a temple or the Stronghold.
Yeah, exactly.
It's clearly getting upgraded, though. Yeah.
I was just like, well, he could technically upgrade this other dwelling twice, but that just kills his game. If he just leaves this trading house a trading house.
Right.
Let's see. Since I'm converting to a 5-power priest regardless, I just do it now.
I think that's the right move. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're about to give me a free power when you build next.
I might.
To me, so. Well, it's possible. So yes, I should at least be open to the free power rather than being capped out.
I'm actually going to build next to Mike because I'm guaranteed power that way.
Yeah, Mike's upgrading. I agree. I knew you would build next first. Probably, but if I was capped out on power, maybe that induces you enough to build next to me just so I can't get.
Sure, yeah.
All right, well, here's where I could use. I'm probably supposed to use my 4 power for 2 more workers. I'm not going to be able to dig for a long time if I do that, but maybe I don't ever need a power spade. Yeah, I mean, I think I take workers here. I end the round with Stronghold and 4 dwellings. There's nothing wrong with that. Plus, I'll have 1 worker left over. I'll have no other resources, but, whatever.
I mean, if you're going to convert to 1 worker anyway.
And
I probably am. Right?
The Stronghold opening can get their digging up in round 3 for the dwelling scoring round, so I don't think you actually ever need a power spade.
It's possible that I'm never taking a power spade, exactly.
Because it looks like you're going temple next round, increasing digging in round 3.
Possible. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing yet, but
Yeah, I'm not completely clear on my plans either. I mean, I think it's right for me to build that dwelling. I get 1 more leech from Ryan. It uses my temp ship, and it doesn't force me to build another dwelling next round to keep my dwelling income. Usually engineers don't want to end a round with 3 or 6 dwellings just because that's inefficient income-wise, but...
Yeah, I mean, you're going to build a trade plus next round, so then you're going to end next round with 2 dwellings, presumably. Well, actually, you have several options, but all of them are good. All right, I get the ship past. Vitality, which I also kind of predicted. So I'm warming up to how things looking here, even
Yeah.
without Earth One.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah,
I potentially still get Earth One, I guess. I have
Yeah.
no idea, but
Well, what I was super afraid of is Ryan starting G5 and you three having a power party there. I was really afraid
Double
of
East.
that. No. Instead of E10,
Oh,
start
instead of
G5,
yeah,
and the three of you have like
go
a
to the
trio
southern
of
one,
power.
and I just have. So I debated that, right? Because I would get a lot more power, but I would also feed engineers so much.
You
more
would
power,
feed,
right?
yeah, exactly. And that's why I didn't. So when I was saying the Lumens won the game, that was assuming you had G5.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm not. No, I agree. I think that would be way too much.
I agree,
Gift. I think
but
that's
I
too
was
much,
I was very nervous that that's what was happening.
Classic Andrew being a hot take
Okay.
machine.
Oh yeah, that's me. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
I still really like Engineer's game.
Yep, things look
No,
okay.
everybody's doing reasonable things. I mean, you're presumably taking double dig here, and I'm curious. Yeah, you're flying up there, so
Yeah.
like this looks pretty good for you still too. I don't know, like it's not great, but this is far from awful for you.
Mike snaps a priest.
I mean, Priest of Water is very valuable for him,
Right.
and it's not clear that you have any interest in it.
What if I just take water 1 here?
Oh, yeah, you're building a second temple, and you maybe just never build, and that way you get to send Priest of Water and take Water 1 because
Yeah.
it comes with a
I'm
spade.
probably doing that too, so I'm gonna get to 4.
Right, okay.
Oh, yeah, Mike's taking Water 1 anyhow. He also gets to send Priest.
Bear that in mind. No, you're not blocking anything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm blocking 2 power from you, and I'm getting it for myself. So
Okay.
this is the point where I decide if I
It's
just
a
want to
Spain
try to
that
win
priest.
Earth or do this water thing.
Yeah.
I think it's just do the water thing.
Regardless, the Priest, yeah. I mean, Priests, again, are still just very valuable in this early guide. I think Mike spending his power for it's entirely reasonable.
Yeah. It's a contested action for sure.
I get the other action I want anyway, because
Yeah.
you guys have no power.
I don't know the last time I opened Earth 1, Water 1 as engineers. It's been a while, if ever.
Yeah, it's a bit bold. It leaves your worker income a little light, but because you've had several dwellings down and you're keeping them down, I don't know. It's
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think
the
with
Cult Spade
Dwellings
is so
round
good.
3, I think Dwellings
Cult
round
Spade is very
3,
good.
and you're opening 3 Dwellings. I think you can get, at least 5 next round, down to 5, or like have 5 on the board producing. So I think it's fine in that scenario.
and because Water 1 comes with the Cult Spade, I agree. I think it's a decent bit more questionable without that, but
Yeah.
you're picking up a spade for taking it, so yeah, that's big help.
If I want to take 1 dig here, I can. To be the guy taking 1 dig all the time.
Yeah, it doesn't feel
I-
great, but you're getting
It
stuff
doesn't
done.
feel great, but in a spade tight game, there's no pass spade. Like that,
Yeah.
At the same time, it's a little tricky. Basically, if you do you think you can get double dig next round? But I don't know the answer to that.
Possible.
It's definitely possible. I agree.
And if I win by a lot, it's because of all this yummy early leech.
Giving engineers a bunch of early leaches. Yeah, it's
I
always
warned you guys.
Hey, I agree. Look, part of the problem is I don't. Where else am I supposed to put my trading post? You didn't start center. I would probably be upgrading this center dwelling if there was a yellow
North?
middle.
So I might be
No,
way off, but
this
I'm thinking
very
long
center back.
term.
North,
Yeah,
doing
I'm
engineer
saying-
leech anyhow.
Well, it's less.
Long term, I'm thinking that
I'm not saying it's better.
the alchemist will always spend VP at the end to try to win network. So if alchemists and NGs are just go to war trying to build everything, that's good for me. I want that.
Yeah, fair enough.
And alchemists do get Earth 1, which
Here's
is nice.
somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, it is nice. It's
I was gonna be really happy just taking Air 1 this game or Air 2 this game, but I'll be boring.
I mean, so yeah, taking double economy favors is generally something you settle for rather than aspire to.
Well, when are my spades coming though? That's the real issue here.
The fact that you did take fire 1, yeah, that's true. Your spades are.
We'll see. We'll see.
I mean, you might get to the point. Oh god, you're not even gonna build a ton of dwellings this round. Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say maybe you get to the point where you have enough dwellings now and you can just hard dig a couple times, but it's not even clear that's gonna be an option for you. All right, looks like I get to pass back onto the workers and scoring tile, which I think is just good.
Yeah, your opening is going about as well as you could have hoped, I think, Ryan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a game. It's a game for once where everything's kind of just. Yeah, I haven't been getting disrupted, and it's great. This is how games can feel sometimes. I just get to keep passing for the best tile for me. I need a bunch more workers. Oop, there it is. I need points. There they are. Alright, I missed the fact that Lumen also still has so many workers. Did you take
took-
another worker
I took
power
worker
action?
action last move,
Yeah, okay. Okay.
and I might just take coins action this move.
I think that makes a lot of sense. It looks like you get to build temple, trading post. You're going to build a temple, a dwelling, and a trading post still this round, probably?
It looks like that, yeah.
Or you can
And
go
then-
2 temples. Earth 2, water 1.
That's
Oh.
wow.
Huh.
I could. That's an idea.
Nobody else thought of this? I'm a genius.
I honestly didn't think about that too until you just said it, but actually, yeah, I mean, that does sound pretty reasonable too. As we're saying, priest production's
It's
plenty
2
valuable
priests
enough
around.
to do.
Yeah, it sounds
2
pretty
priests around
dangerous.
is-
But on the other hand, it hurts. No, it doesn't hurt the worker economy. Dang.
Because it's Earth 2, yeah.
Yeah, you're replacing. You get it Earth too.
Oh my.
I mean, your coin income is slightly different, but there's a lot of coins on the past tiles, as you've been saying. So I'm not
Yeah.
sure that's a huge issue for you. The only mild thing is you do already have a cult priest coming in, so I mean that's 9 more priests this game if you do it.
Yeah,
But-
engineers like advancing ship.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you want advanced ship, and sending priest to cults is still, again, very valuable.
Yeah.
And very worst case, in round 6, you just use 1 or 2 extra as workers at that point. Like,
Mm-hmm.
the only thing, it somewhat limits your round 5 scoring potential, but who cares? I mean,
Yeah, round 5 is going to be a little awkward, but it was going to be anyway.
correct. I mean, you
Temple
were
scoring,
at
though, is
most
pretty bad.
you were at most going to score 8 points that round
And it
anyhow.
helps
Now
me
you're
pick
at
up
most scoring
coins.
4. Yeah.
I think I might not have a coin problem this game. Just a hunch. Just a hunch.
It seems really unlikely. Again, there's enough coins on the past tiles, and you produce enough power,
Yeah.
and you probably still get plenty of leech because all of us have to keep building next to you. There's just like we don't have many other alternatives.
Oh, glad I didn't take a power.
You have capacity 12, and you're making 6.
Yep.
Yeah, he accepts one. He accepts this one, and then probably declines the next.
Yeah, that is the benefit.
Well, if you're going temple, you
haven't
still can build the dwelling.
Quite decided, but it's starting to be hard to see arguments the other way.
Yeah, I agree. I think going for the 3rd temple right here is totally fine.
I'm officially a genius.
Yeah.
You're trying to put him against me on the cults, I get it. They can make more priests.
I mean, honestly, if I get some easy second places, that's worth a lot too.
I mean, at this point, I'm playing high cult. Like, what else? How am I going to expand? I have no economy.
Andrew's gonna send at least a priest or 2 to cults. Yeah, he doesn't have enough spots to fly to. He definitely wants to send a priest to air for the round 4 spade, I'm sure.
So the only other benefit to building a dwelling right now is I get to cult spade the red instead of a green. Otherwise, I'm advancing ship next round, which makes, or taking one of the ship pass tiles, either the. All right, let's do the, well, who's taking the spades? It's getting to be a bit more of a calculation than I was hoping. Hey, Average Joe. Mike's taking a spade if I don't, or sorry, if Ryan and Andrew aren't. Andrew's not making power.
Yeah, me and Ryan can't. Mike gets the double dig.
Yeah, so I can get a single dig relatively
Do I have 2
easily.
places to dig?
Or you
I
could
don't know
take a
if I
single
need
dig,
to
Mike,
dig.
but I would be surprised.
Where am I digging twice?
A brown.
Brown
Okay.
hex? Where are you
I'm
thinking?
getting one from the cult.
Either
Oh, you're getting one from a cult.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot safer to build a dwelling. I think I'm gonna go dwelling. I might
Officially
regret it later.
not a genius
Up to it.
anymore.
I've warmed up.
think
Well,
that's fine.
I think it was the right play. Ignoring if his cult spade, it is awkward. He very much prefers it on this red in the north. So I think this does make sense.
Yeah,
for
the cult
him.
spade and just my coin situation is a lot easier this way.
Yeah.
Now this is a question.
So, in my opinion, I think this question should have been answered before you answer which line to go. Because I felt like if you're taking either of the shipping things, temp ship or increasing ship, I would have gone temple.
Yeah, I think that's right. And so it is worker power. Having a third worker, feels normal for this stage in an engineer's game.
Thinking about whether to dig the brown or the gray. I don't want you as a neighbor.
Fair
That
enough.
seems absolutely correct.
Yep.
And if I 100% single spade if you try to turn that northern brown blue. Or
Oh, yeah, I'm not going near you.
sorry, I think you weren't, but I just for any viewers that are wondering why you aren't potentially coming up by me. I'm just confirming what you knew.
Why? If I had one spade, I'd make it black. You just build on it.
Yeah, sorry. If you're making it black, I don't even have to dig it. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Brief thinking. I think it's got to be priest. I think.
Yeah, I think it does look like it's time for you to advance dig.
I think it's time for just advanced dig. Yeah, I think it is. Fine.
Yep.
And then I
This is
already
what
have
casting
video.
does to you. You can see these things once you're a caster.
Yep, you get your priest to air. Absolutely good.
In advanced dig, you'll have the worker left. What are you gonna do with those? Lumen doesn't really have a 2 dig spot right now. Deciding whether to bridge. How much is that green jeopardy? With the one. No, I'll just assume everything will be.
I mean, it's probably the right move for you, because now if I want double dig, I have to advance ship.
Yeah.
Which I might just do right now.
The double dig's definitely coming back to you.
Yeah.
So does seem fine.
Unless if I get magically fed 6 power.
Could definitely
Sorry.
happen in all the ways. There's no possible way for him to get 6 power for all the viewers at home. So it would take Ryan upgrading twice.
No, the cult fakirs are in effect.
Yep.
I need power. Like, this is my
You just
only way
need-
to get power. That's
They are
the
3
only
power
reason
priests.
I sent that.
That's true.
That's the only reason I sent that priest to fire. Like, the priest arrow is always happening, but I need power. And
Yeah,
I've spent 2 points on power so far this game. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. You got a little power from.
You've gotten a decent bit of free power from this opening dwelling, though.
So I've gotten 7 power all game.
It's not a ton, but I mean, did you envision? I guess you thought
Swarmlings were like, yeah.
But even with that, that's not
Blame
that
me.
much more power.
Blame me for
A
your
little
bad.
more power could have been enough. It could have been enough.
A little more power was enough for me to do things this round.
There's the advance.
Yeah, we got digging up. I mean,
Maybe I was supposed to just take R2.
Maybe you weren't supposed to take Fakirs.
Well, I mean, worst case scenario, everything worst case scenario happens. So, I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
I still don't think this is that far. Like, I guess so. Swarmlings and you have a little more leech. I'm not convinced that's.
Well, I think
I feel like your game's
I
in a
think
tough
these,
spot.
I think the side effects that would come with it, right? So,
The fact that
engineer-
engineers would
engineers would have less leech. Engineers wouldn't have this many digs, which means other people could get more digs later in rounds.
Okay.
Like, digs don't have to necessarily be a first move action if people don't have the power at the start of the round to take a dig.
Yeah. So what hex do I take here? And I think I convinced myself that it's not a traditional one. Because Ryan's position's really good. Shouldn't I just take E4 here?
Interested. Okay. Does that even hurt me that much though?
Yeah, I don't know if that actually hurts him.
there was a way that I could make a center town. I guess I could eventually get my sanctuary up over here, but
Yeah, I don't know if that actually hurts him.
Okay. I think it still helps me enough, though.
it's still reasonable enough for you though. Yes, actually, I missed that, but it's I mean, there's no
Have
real fight
something
for
saucy
G2,
you
so
could
you're
do.
probably eventually getting G2, but
Yeah. I can't guarantee
E4
it, though,
not-
with Fakir's in the game.
E4 is not wild. Yeah, it's interesting.
Oh my, and I keep trying to do it with workers.
So I have something interesting you could have done with that. You could have built on C4, and then with your double dig C3, and
Yeah, but then I'd be sad.
well, that's the whole point. Like, I don't think.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
saying C5, C4.
Yes.
So I
One
think.
difference.
Sorry. Yeah, you build C5, dig C4 because
Yeah.
unless if you're aiming for a 3-town game, when you dig, you're mainly just digging, right? So you can you're gonna make your center town. So let me accept this. You're gonna make your center town. You're gonna build. You're gonna dig and build G3, and other than that, I mean that gets you to the southern gray. That gets you to your western gray. You're already at this northeastern or northwestern gray.
Sorry, Andrew.
You're digging all the way.
You can't pass up opportunities like this. Like, I'm eventually building that. I don't want to give you more power, so it's the right time.
But the point was that, like, when you dig as engineers, if you're not going for 3 towns, you're mainly just digging to dig, and you
Yeah.
may as well hurt people. I mean, it's still a single dig for you. But yeah, now my game's even worse. Can't even get a second time.
Convert for 2 workers right here. Take the brown.
What? Like, no. That's awful.
It's legal.
That's terrible, though. Like, no, I'm not tanking my game just to cost him a worker.
Well, I mean, you're kind of saying your game's already tanked, so...
I mean, I don't believe in, like, attacking someone for no reason.
I'm not
Mike,
giving up on the
what's it
coast.
gonna be?
The
There's
boring
2
one.
keys. Yep. Okay.
Seems like the right town for round 3.
It is. Well, and just this game again. Like, there's not a ton of people fighting cults. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Andrew is instead of flying.
Where was I gonna fly? Like, I wasn't able to dig.
he'll start to fly. Give him a chance.
Should have flown to brown
To
in the
where?
middle.
But I didn't have the workers or the power to take a dig. Like, that's my point.
Looks like the workers are still there for me. This game just keeps coming up Team Alchemist.
Like, I didn't, yeah.
Team Alchemist is thriving.
Yeah, this is an Alchemist dream game. Everything is just going very well.
Okay. I'm out of workers, sadly. Oh, I get to have points. Making 6 power. Past second. Fakirs are likely taking digs.
The fact that he didn't convert one of his
You're
power
right.
to a coin, even though I'm very likely to build next to him, is a heavy indication that he's saving 6 power for a reason.
Right.
So the problem with saving 6 power for a reason is that no matter where I dig, Ryan's able to hit the hex I don't build on.
Right.
And I'm just hoping that he doesn't hate me that much. Because
I almost certainly don't.
I think you have bigger priority to get connection than to hurt me.
If you were doing well, I would consider hurting you.
Oh yeah, agreed.
I'm
the
not
thought.
afraid of you. I just beat you to E2, so like your
Yeah,
little
yeah,
sanctuary
exactly.
town over here, like
Yeah.
you have a north sanctuary town, I guess now, but like yeah, you're probably not too towning anymore this game. Like you ended round 3 with 3 dwellings and 2 temples, like and 42 points. Like oh no.
Exactly.
All right, do I have hatred towards Mike, though, is the answer. Mike's
Oh.
game looks swell enough that I have 1 worker left to hit this
Uh-oh.
green hex.
To turn
Although
it
the problem
gray?
is I'd be digging it... Well, I'd turn it gray, which is the problem. I just realized. That
Probably
might
not
be
enough.
unacceptable.
Should make it blue. Yeah, make it blue. That's
And I'm not giving you a hex to build on.
To be
I
fair,
was
Lumen
thinking-
can't build on this first move.
Yeah, I don't have enough.
can't, but then what? Am I going to spend another worker just to dig it back to green so that he doesn't get it? Like,
Well, I
what
think
if he doesn't get-
Michael take single dig and spend
Mike
3 workers,
probably-
I think.
Probably, but honestly, I think that's getting too fancy. And the other thing is I can also just pass for dwelling points right now. And I'm probably
just
not
want more
building that
points.
many trading posts. I'm going to build a couple, but
You're not going to try to get that 17 coin income alchemist special?
nah. I got to keep these workers going. I can... I wouldn't have to, but I'm going to.
Make it 23 and you got a deal.
29, fire 1.
What? That's only 3 more.
Oh,
That's 26.
Yeah, 26. Wow.
Long day?
yeah. I wanted
super
the
long
2
day.
worker path. So
I got up
was-
12 hours ago.
You wanted
Ooh.
this tile, right, Mike? Yeah, you
Yeah.
wanted my tile. Yeah, you wanted me to pass, yeah.
I was offering you the nicer for you.
I was aware. I was aware that you wanted my tile, so...
Alright, Ryan, don't hate me.
The coins are correct for me. Well, here he comes.
Town space.
Well, I mean, look, this is this is pretty good for you, right? Like,
I mean, it's fine
I'll
for
wait.
me.
I'll wait a second. Okay. Let's let
so,
you.
so the
There's
thing is,
There's clearly a correct decision here, in my opinion.
I agree.
there's the secure the sanctuary town, or there's
Go for the
fight
hex.
this yellow hex. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess I'm not super clear either.
So the other thought is Ryan might just double dig this green hex and build it this move. I'm gonna secure my town. I think there's a real possibility that Ryan takes the green hex from Mike and that be his town. He has 2 neighbors for it because the bridge counts as a neighbor, and then he'll have me for a neighbor. So I believe that's what he is gonna do. I'm not even
100% what I do if you're not threatening the yellow. If
I'm
you
not
threaten
even
the yellow,
threatening
I'm
the yellow
taking.
anymore. Yeah.
I take the yellow, but you're not threatening the yellow. So this is This
Okay.
is the
Okay.
correct move, I think.
So you're saying if I had built the other one, you would have killed my town?
No, I don't kill your town.
Oh, okay.
but
So
I
it didn't
take-
matter which one I
because you're
built.
threatening. You're threatening to fly to this other yellow then.
Yeah.
And as soon as you're threatening to fly to this yellow, I'm just taking the yellow. I let Mike build over here, and
well,
it's
to be
fine.
fair, like I can take the yellow, but I'm not going to take that red from you.
But I don't want to dig. I don't want to spend an extra worker. Like that's not good. And even then, you could threaten it. Like I don't know. I don't take risks like that. With that said, yes. Sorry, pal Mike. It's time for you to get disrupted in one of these games.
Yeah, I deserve it.
I'm giving you power though. Your bridge is at
Hey.
least
Yeah,
kind of working.
6 power
It
in,
only
1
cost-
power back. Or 2
Yeah.
power back.
Low.
At 1 point, it really just cost him
Yeah.
2 power to point.
Or power to point. Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, except I'll eventually build. It's going to cost him 2 power 2 points. Is another way it could be, but.
Ratio just gets even worse.
Yikes.
Oh, what would be awesome is if you had no workers on your board. That would be perfect.
Well, I'm probably a bit over paranoid about Ryan disrupting me now.
I mean, the problem is Andrew's back to threatening me, so I do
Fair.
have to secure that. Yeah.
You're fine. You don't have to take that hex.
It will. This is town space, right? Like I just carved out another town.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm in big trouble.
Yeah, I really wish I bid Alchemist more. I was just like, all this stuff isn't gonna happen. Well, it just happened.
Yeah, again, I wasn't guaranteed to get Earth 1 this game.
So I was right about being. I was right about thinking to take that green earlier.
Yeah.
Chose not to.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think even Lumen may have been supposed to take it. But he looks like he's gonna have a 3-town game, which is also pretty good.
Yeah.
And you didn't get it. I mean, the main thing would be like, I'm blocking you at at like 0 cost as Lumen, but 3rd town. Personally, I'm not a big 3-town engineers player. On base map, at least, it seems to cost more than
I mean,
you
when-
usually get out of it.
When 2 players are doing well, I find that arranging your buildings for a 3rd town really can make the difference of winning the game.
Well, I agree. This game it definitely made sense to do. Although Ryan can mess with it.
Yeah,
Increase. Oh, any faction. Anytime you play against an increased digging faction, it's so annoying.
absolutely.
Well, especially Alchemists, since their digs are they get 2 power back, so it's only 2/3 of a worker. Like they have the cheapest digs in the game, so yeah, they definitely can threaten things. Down in order to have range, yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
And I'm gonna have so many coins.
Well, that's
Fuck.
a lot
Too
better
many
than the
coins.
alternative for you.
Well, sure, but
More
There's no
workers.
hey, look, here, how about this? Ryan? I'll sell you some coins, and you give me some workers.
No,
I'll
I
give you
want workers.
I'll give you 2 coins for a worker. That's 2 coins.
No.
2 points for a worker.
Sorry.
Come Friend.
Sorry, I still just want
Friend.
workers. I'm greedy. I just want workers.
Oh, I just realized I have a dig. I have a dig here that I can't even use. This game's so bad.
What do you mean you can't use?
I have a
Airspace.
dig for
because
cults.
you
Where am I
left yourself out of
digging?
workers. Oh God. Sorry, I thought you were gonna fly to yellow, but you have no workers. so you can't
If I
do
hit.
that. Oh boy. Okay, buddy.
This game
Yeah,
is-
that's rough.
You're probably beating me. So there's that.
Maybe like
The fact that Mike
I
just
think you given how
got
this looks.
the fact that his town just got hit. is
maybe. Yeah.
Really.
It's pretty
Yeah,
catastrophic.
Mike got set back a lot.
Although his cults are just so nice.
That's all I got.
Like he's gonna increase digging for 12 points. He's gonna increase shipping for 7 points. He's gonna keep getting points off pastiles. I've gotten 0. Or I've gotten 3 actually.
Yeah, but I hear you.
Fadi's watching in chat saying he would have been very scared of Swarmlings to leave that green hanging. I mean, Mike
Yeah.
was probably scared
Yeah.
also, and just
I mentioned it.
Yeah.
I mentioned it before.
He did mention
for this
it,
town.
but
So,
I think I'm supposed to take Shiptown, given that I'm holding Pastile. It helps me. Yeah, it's enough. I can advance ship again if I want.
give me more workers.
Switch! Are you going 4 times? No, you can't go 4 times.
I can't go 4 towns. I have a dwelling out of the wrong spot. Well, can I go? I might be able to go 16 structures this game. Why not?
Yeah, your game's
You
pretty
have
good.
just gotten a dumb amount of workers. Although, I think making it a 7 power town kills that dream.
Oh yeah, probably actually.
I'm not sure if
17
you
To be
Exactly.
fair, to be fair, I'm obviously not actually pushing for it. It wasn't part of my game plan. I briefly did consider it because I do love 4-town games, but as I thought about it, I was like, it seems like a lot of effort for the 4th town.
Hey, but 4th town is just like so cool.
The other
Like,
thing
the
is like
cool
it's-
factor
you,
is
you have
off the
enough
charts.
range to hit this yellow now. Like you can I don't know because
I wouldn't
basically
do
the
that,
4th
yeah.
town would be right in the center, and you're probably just gonna fly in there. Like you're definitely gonna do that. It connects you.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, like
Just because I'm not a terrible player.
I'm not super sure if I'm supposed to keep my worker income up or build this trading post here.
you both convert.
interesting argument.
I think for sure. Well, I could do both and not advance ship to 3.
Oh, that's
It's hard to tell what's going to be best. I think I
Yeah.
pretty much have to build the dwelling. It's going to be really bad if I don't.
I think it's supposed to be ship and dwelling because you don't have Earth 2.
Fair, yeah.
Also, shipping is 7 points right now. Like
Yeah.
that's.
Yeah.
I mean, that's only 1 point less than the trading house, or that's 1 point more than the trading house.
I'm not sure how much I'm supposed to continue taking leech in order to just keep making 3-power workers, but I'm tempted.
Because your economy isn't strong enough.
Well, it's a tiny bit odd that you don't have water 1 yet. Not that bad, but it's a tiny bit odd
Yeah.
that you upgraded a second one.
Yeah, I decided that I didn't have to actually get water 1.
Okay.
Like a champ.
I mean, I'm probably taking it. Honestly, I think I'm taking, assuming it's there, I think I'm taking water 1, air 1 next round is the plan, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. I'm greedy. I'm building a lot of things. I'll take that leech.
Oh.
You are building a ton of things.
4 towns, baby.
I messed with Mike a little, and admittedly, it looks like he's expanding to make another town. But I'm just getting a little nervous that I'm leaving this a little too long. So I'm going to take the temptation away.
So this is just 1 for 1 for me. So I
A
think
juicy 1-for-1.
I'm all right.
So this is really ugly, but I think I still take this.
Ooh,
I was curious if that was coming.
that's probably right.
Yeah.
Give
I
the
think
Stronghold
it
Sanctuary
is.
pass tile,
It's
air
such
1
a good
3
structure
points.
for Swarmlings.
He
Yeah,
produces
that seems
another
right.
priest. He produces pass points.
Because at this point, Mike just needs to score points in any way he can. So that seems like a really good way to
Well-
score points.
Don't we all? Oh wait.
All in agreement that it looks correct for him. Does that. All right, I'll give my buddy Andrew some more.
We're friends for the first game in forever.
Alright, pass the clock.
71 already. Ugh.
Things look okay.
Can I go back to saying that round 1, Lumens won? I'd like to
Ryan
get
has
back
a
on that
game
board.
here.
Ryan has a game.
I
Yeah.
feel like it's between Lumen and I.
Well, yeah.
I think he might still be doing better than I, but
Do I want this cult bump? No.
especially since I literally keep converting my priests to just everything but. I'm doing nothing on the cults is always a slight alchemist concern.
Hey, I usually like to do this. Just like make my priest workers and then
Yeah.
not do cults. That's what I usually do.
Yeah, I mean, that priest just turned into 2 workers, essentially, right? Because the dwelling produces a worker, so, like, 2 workers is just better.
Well,
than
it's 3 workers, right? Because you also get a worker in round 6.
Yeah, probably. So,
I think I still just take the shipping, even though I don't have one. This is a waste of power for me too.
Yeah, otherwise you take cult coins. I mean, cult coins not bad
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably not getting 2 ship. So it's 3 points and no real income. I'll just take the queens.
Yeah, and Ryan's getting a good pass tile regardless.
well, so this is the kind of awkward thing I was debating. It's not clear to me I'm ever actually supposed to build Sanctuary this game.
Huh.
So, I'm only getting 4 points from this tile, probably. I mean, I could build Sanctuary, but I could
Then
also
why
just build
not take
temples.
the...
Yeah,
The ship?
the shipping's
Yeah,
better
it's
than
'cause-
because it's just like 2 your economy is so strong, and
I
how
was
many
probably
points are these
supposed
2
to.
workers
I
getting?
probably was supposed to pass for shipping. I agree, but the problem is the dwelling gave me, another worker, and it gave me an extra point for the pass tile. I don't know.
Hey, same decision. Brown or gray. He's never
The
getting
other-
anything.
Oh wait! Oh shit! Mike didn't take the. Shipping was still there. Okay,
Yeah.
that was a mistake. Sorry, that was. I literally didn't even look. I assumed Mike took the shipping.
Ah.
And in my head, I was okay with Mike taking shipping because that'd be after him in turn order.
Ah.
The fact that shipping was there and I took Stronghold, clear error. Absolute mistake. Did not even look. Heard Mike mumble something about the shipping, figured he was taking it.
That happened.
Am I
yeah.
mumbling? I'm sorry.
Can confirm.
No. It's fine, Mike. It's just, I am curious. So why didn't you take the shipping tile?
Yeah, I think shipping was right. For
I think
Mike.
it's 3 points, and I am already powered, getting enough power.
Wait. How is it? Why are you not just? So
Th-
it
then
feels
you
like
just-
some of the most efficient ways to make points for you is to advance ship twice this round.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, maybe.
3 shit, and then you're connected because
How else
I
are
don't-
you
I don't
scoring
know.
points?
yeah, I'm with Ryan here. I think you just take it and then increase ship twice.
I guess the problem is you want priests to continue to send them to the cults. Like, they are very valuable on the cults, but
That too.
at the same time, the ship tile plus advanced ship twice was a 16 victory point sequence that costs only like a handful of resources. All the rest of your resources that you have here are not producing you 16 points this round. But regardless, you often have slightly different instincts than I do, and you have very strong games. So I'll be curious.
This ain't one of them.
Yeah, air is basically 2 points guaranteed. That's my thinking. Not sure if it's right.
I think it's correct. Where else would you send that priest?
I mean, fire is similar argument, but less guaranteed.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you do take
Water one. Water one's gone.
So, as I said last round, I literally do think my plan is to go water 1, air 1. And I don't think air 1 is running out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think water 1 was likely to run out either, but Fakir's could have taken it.
I was gonna take it.
Really?
I mean, yeah, it's probably more points than air one.
Okay.
I don't really want a single dig here, but I think it's the right play for me. I don't really want Mike on this center green. Looks like that's where he's going.
Center green, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see a specific reason why you'd build that specific dwelling.
So is that hex more important than H2?
Other hexes. Yeah.
There might be other hexes I care about.
I was just saying, so we're supposed to talk openly.
Yeah.
And let's do it. Lumen is
I
floating
thought Ryan might
connection in
hit
this
this with
game like a madman.
Yeah, agreed. It is
Yeah.
100%. So this red hex is his connection hex.
Yep.
It's his only way. He's the
And
only
then,
way.
so I think the center green hex
Yeah.
isn't that important because he can just sanctuary. So compared to all the hexes that are important to him, I think that was the least important. There's also this west hex that I could have messed with, but I decided not to because that's what I do when I'm not competing.
Yeah, I guess I was thinking I could just double dig the yellow if things got bad, but then you're hanging out over there, so
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably where I'm flying next.
He's about to fly.
Swoop there on this move. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, okay, so clearly the red one's correct. I just wanted the double dig.
You could have gotten the double dig.
Yep, if I take 1 for 1.
Should have taken one for one.
Yeah.
Who would have known?
Yep, and
All right.
Babak in chat is also agreeing.
Like,
Yeah,
you were giving them a heart attack there, not taking it.
I was getting close to just blocking his connection because I think it would win.
I
my
thought
game.
you would,
Right.
because we decided that you two were fighting for the win. If you,
I think it essentially would have won me the game, and so I was really debating it.
yeah, they got
But-
quiet there for a bit.
But it's a lot. It is a lot of resources. It's a decent number of resources for me.
And also,
what
it's
about
too early for me
just
to
dig
throw
I
it?
the
kind of
games.
wanted to temple water 1 to air 1. So as soon as I got water 1, my next move was probably going to be that. But I wanted to get water 1 in case Andrew did water.
You could just dig it once, and that is a big setback for him.
Yeah. So again,
But
I
either
might
way,
have just
Ryan
done
wanted
that.
water
I might
1
have done that
first.
too, but I needed water 1 first. And so
Actually, you dig it once would be yellow, and then Andrew could fly there.
could help Andrew. Yeah, that's weird.
I could use some help.
That would have been interesting, actually. I just single dig it, so I only have to spend 1 dig, and Andrew will sit on it for me.
All right, there's a comment in chat that I think I know the answer to, but I'll let Ryan answer. Anup says, I was wondering how disruptive Alchemist would be here if it was an arena game or a competitive game with that red hex.
So I always just play, and I'm always willing to be disruptive. I already was disruptive to Mike's game because he let a hex float that was
Oh,
very...
No mercy.
And I was absolutely about to disrupt Lumen's game, but I thought that I needed Water 1 more than the disruption. That's probably wrong. I don't know. I to be honest, the disruption probably was the stronger move, but I, for whatever reasons, also just wanted to...
Oh, God, why don't I pay attention? Air one's gone.
Yeah, I
okay.
just took it. But I murdered somebody's game this morning, this guy's Dwarves game, as Alchemist, to get myself second place.
So, do I want water 2 at all?
I probably should have won that game, too. It was sad. I don't know. I've been playing really well recently, but, like, round 6s, I can often screw those up pretty bad. In terms of cults. Cults are tricky. Cults are tough.
Get out of here. I'm the cult guy.
I mean, what else was he taking there? A fire
Some
too?
people-
Fire two.
I mean, then he would just win.
Some
First
people
fire
are
too, baby.
Fighting cults, that's for sure.
That guy down the street at the coffee shop wants fire too.
I still have no idea what that means.
Yeah. You know what nobody wants? Nobody wants coins. Coins overrated.
I mean, I don't know. It was just like
I'll
something
take
that
them.
I thought of on while we were talking yesterday.
It's a
I was about-
point for Ryan. I don't know.
I was about to take coins, yeah, but
Yeah.
I'll take more workers.
Boy.
I feel like I've taken the workers' power action 4 rounds now.
Hey, you probably
Pretty
have.
sure I've missed it. I think I've missed it just once.
I mean, I wouldn't have been too surprised if it was actually 5 out of 5.
I wouldn't do that.
It's definitely not. I don't believe I possibly had enough power in round 2. After round 1, I literally used all my power. So
I'm gonna make you work for it, Mike.
Yeah, you're really fighting on that thing. Why?
Oh yeah, Fadi. I did take the 2 workers once. That was me.
You build a temple anyway.
yeah, you did. Yeah, you took it round 2.
I mean, Mike, what other cult do you want him to fight? That would be my
It's a
question.
losing battle.
Are you really taking water 3 here?
No, I
think
wanted the
so.
power. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'll
think
take it.
water was. Well, I think you're supposed to take
you
water
wanted
too,
air-
though.
You wanted Air 1. If Air 1 wasn't around, I
don't want to have to waste a priest
best
on it.
option, Lumen. So
I have the cult bump.
yeah, that was
Okay.
that was.
What are you using priest for then?
Other
Like saving it for his shipping? I don't know.
That he didn't take?
yeah.
It's like,
probably digs.
Power.
All right, so I'm starting to look at my board just a little closer. There's a chance that I've actually taken too many workers this game. I'm gonna hit 16 network.
I was actually thinking
What am I
in my
gonna
head-
do with the rest of these workers?
I was thinking in my head that you're, I mean, you could go 17 structures, but I was thinking in my head that your 2-worker town might have been wrong.
So the 2-worker town, though, that round it helped me get out another dwelling. Basically, it allowed me to dig and build. I don't know, it felt right, but it's possible that I was supposed to just go for a priest town.
Because you do have a heck of a ton of workers.
It may work.
I do have a lot of workers.
I kind of want to calculate if I'm supposed to convert for coins all or some workers, but I won't. I'm just going to assume it's a worker and a coin.
You're passing? Boo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, no pass.
Yeah,
deal
I
for
screwed
me.
this up too. You're taking the shipping. I might as well finish this job.
The real question is, am I somehow able to beat Lumen? I think the answer is no.
But I thought Lumen was winning this game. What happened to the Lumen won this game thing?
Well, the whole Ryan got everything you could ever want and dream of. That's what happened to this game.
Okay.
Alright, time for me to do some math, I think. I hate doing math when I don't want to.
Then just don't.
Yeah, but then I'm gonna ultra regret it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I handed Ryan second place yesterday. Should have gotten last. I should have tied for the win.
Oh, sorry, decline.
So I want to go slow here, and I'm wondering how if Ryan will waste moves so that I don't care what happens with me, right?
I don't super care what happens with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he showed mercy to me. He might show mercy to you.
With that said, I again lose nothing. I essentially lose nothing by trying to stall you out. So I will at least,
Well,
just on principle. On principle,
after
yes.
me next turn, you would have to act after me.
I would have to act after you, yes, but you pose no threat to my game, so it's fine.
That's probably true.
It's just like, how does Ryan get hurt? Who could hurt Ryan?
There's nothing anybody can do anymore that's going to like do anything to my game. So I've secured my town spaces. I've secured connection. You could cost me slightly more in order to put down my last couple dwellings with digs, but like,
Ryan, I'm gonna be really disappointed in this game if you don't get 17 structures.
so it's probably not my most efficient line, right?
It's there's zero chances the most efficient line, but you have to do it. You have to do it.
I agree. It's so rare when you could do it, right? So
So remember when that game we played on the PBS for Gaia Project, and Mike could have gotten all of his structures out and he didn't?
True.
As Lanterns. I was so sad when he didn't do it. We fed him leech that last round, and then he didn't do it.
I'm sorry to tell you that I just don't really. All right,
Ryan.
I think Mike, you might have already outlasted me. I don't know if I care to use this worker.
Yeah, like you're not gonna waste coins, waste a VP to.
Although, wait, what is your move? Like, you don't have a move, do you?
I can build.
Hey, you can build a dwelling.
Yeah.
Through tower coin.
I force you to convert and build a dwelling early.
I mean, he's gonna convert anyway. He's got so much power coming in.
Well, the thing is, like, Ryan wants to dig with this worker anyway, or maybe not.
I do want to dig, but the problem is I can't dig the hex I want to because I can't reach it yet.
I mean, there's a funny way you can last 2 moves, Ryan, is that you take a bridge.
Yeah,
No, you could dig and dig again.
He can
I can also dig and dig again.
Oh, that's
So,
true.
like, I don't think it's that important to outlast Mike.
It's not. It's really.
Oh, we
not
kidding.
Honestly, I've already moved on to it must just be 6 coins. I mean, I think 6 coins is essentially just 3 points, but.
And we do have big news in the chat. Babuk agrees that 17 structures is better than winning.
Oh, okay. See, if that's
Yeah.
if that's the case, it might have to be worker power.
Well, good. Take worker power. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
No,
13,
sorry,
14.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Ryan, it just takes 14 workers. That's all it takes.
Wait, really?
That's all it takes. 14 plus digs.
Whoa, plus digs.
But
digs
you only need 1, 2,
2 digs.
You only need 2 digs.
2 digs.
So that's 16.
So that's 16 workers.
And you have 3. You could still do it. You could. Still
I have 8 I have 7 workers coming in. Plus 1 is 8. Plus my power. I'll be at 10 after taking the worker power action. I can take a worker town, gets me to 12, and then a priest town is 13, and my 3 priests.
That's 16. Math checks out. You can do it.
I could do it. Now I gotta double check your math though. It requires 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
But then
9,
you have to
10,
take the
11,
worker town. I don't want you
14.
taking the worker town.
It's due. Well, I mean, bad news alert. I have a town with just boom. There's my town.
Oh wait, hold up. I think I take the 2 worker action.
Oh no! Then it's over.
I don't. I take it back.
Oh my god! Everybody has coins. I forgot about the priest coins because the alchemist.
Oh, look at that! I did
need
too.
them, but,
and I'm doing the math.
yeah, the priest. All those priests on the cults just paid out, and there's this stupid amount of coins in the game.
Why did I take Fire 1 again? I mean, that worker
Fakirs.
did get me an extra drawing out.
Yeah. And Fakirs like coins because you like to use your power for spades, but
But I didn't get power.
it hasn't. Yeah, I mean, it's not been a pretty game, but
So I think
it's not that bad though. Like, I mean, you have a couple coins.
I mean, I feel like I played this about as good as I could have.
Whoa, you fly to that one. Interesting.
I mean, which one did you want me to fly to?
Fly to the one where I don't know.
Mike didn't increase digs
the
yet.
one where I can't get the one where I can't get power from it, but I guess.
I mean, you're not
giving
going
me
to accept the
doesn't matter
power
anymore.
Like,
Yeah, giving me power doesn't matter anymore, I suppose. Alright,
Hey, Ryan, you know you're doing this move.
I'm very tempted to just build all my structures. It
You
is
have
such
to
a
for the
rare
crowd.
thing.
Like, it doesn't even matter if you lose the game at that point, because
Such
you've
a
already
rare
won.
thing. The really saddest part about this is if I simply. Well, wait a sec. Give me a moment.
Uh-oh.
Moment of silence for Ryan's workers.
Maybe I am doing it.
I mean, you'd be doing something wrong if you didn't do it.
Oh man.
So you don't even understand. Like, the smile on my face right now.
Oh,
Says
damn
it
it. No, okay. Shit, of course.
What?
I briefly was having glorious ideas that I was going to get a fourth town, but I
Oh.
can't build the sanctuary anywhere else because I'm out of temples.
That's funny.
But because I'm going to 17 structures, I totally could build. I can totally get 3 hexes in the south. I just can't get my sanctuary there.
Well, hold up. You can build the sanctuary in the east. Take fire 2. You then build your last 4 structures in the south.
Ooh, okay, it requires another dig, but...
But then you don't get
it
your
requires-
town in the east.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, never mind.
No,
Never mind.
I
It's fine.
do, because I have... Yeah, he's right. I
So
can
yeah,
have-
you just need one more worker in that case.
Oh...
See, I'm
it might-
so on Team Ryan right now.
It might work.
You could do it. Yeah, you can
The
get.
bigger
you can
issue
get-
is-
Oh, this is so
is-
dirty good.
Is Mike gonna... Mike is at 3 ship, though. He's gonna build one of these blues before I can get to it, so it's gonna
You can
die.
do it next move.
Yeah, I'm thinking about whether I can advance digging or...
Ryan, you can do it next move, right? Like,
I'm sorry, not at ship 3 yet.
oh.
I've never actually hit ship 3
So
yet.
that's
I haven't
an
needed
issue.
to. Yeah, I haven't needed to yet.
Okay. Well.
Oh, I forgot that also was taking one of my priests. Yeah, I don't know if I can.
you,
actually do this.
you can't do it since you didn't take worker power.
You know,
I'm
look,
mad. I'm mad, Ryan. I'm mad.
I mean, I'm sorry. The 4-town 17 structure dream really did start to call to me here, but
You could have had it, and I'm sorry.
I've thrown it away. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm ready to walk away and
Into the bin.
I mean, I could start taking all this leech and still hit it, right?
Let's do it. How much leech do you need?
I don't know, but I'll take 2. I'll take 2 for once. Whatever.
I'm ready to feed it. I'm ready to feed it.
I mean, as alchemist, taking 2 for ones, like it's pretty hard for me to actually come to regret it, right? I probably am throwing away like marginal victory points, but
All right, Ryan. A serious question. Would you like 3 for 2 or 2 for 1? Oh, you take a priest.
I'm not willing to collude at that level.
Yeah. Good on you, Ryan.
He's got his principles.
Man, I was really thinking I could get some bridge points here, but it's not looking good. Should have taken Earth 2.
Yeah, I was surprised when you didn't. I think that almost any time you don't take Earth 2 as engineers, it's a mistake.
I mean, either way, it would have been for
Earth 2.
science.
This game is pretty good without Earth 2, though. It was fun.
Oh, I agree. I just think that Earth 2 is a sure bet.
Gosh, I shouldn't do this, right? But
You just got fed 4 leech. You're doing it.
I mean, I have been taking it, so
Hey, I needed
Hey.
that spot.
Love this.
well, this I know you needed that spot, but
No,
you
I
also
didn't.
need this other. You also
I wasn't
was
gonna.
say-
So.
Oh, you weren't gonna. Okay, you were just focused on your town. Okay.
I'm trying to figure out if I could advance dig again. I'm not good at stuff. I think I can.
Kind of often just do things and then get there, but yeah. So, as I've said before, I think in general Swarmlings are supposed to advance dig just because again it's some of their most efficient like resources to points. Like
Yeah, I think I might have to
there's
do
not
it
just
after
costs
I
so
town
much
the
otherwise.
second
Well,
one. After.
yeah, that makes sense. You're gonna get the workers in order to
Yeah.
funnel.
I
Fuel,
mean, that's plenty fine. Yeah, I think, Swarmlings typically need digs pretty badly, right? And, not necessarily
also-
in this game.
For the record, I would like to point out I've gone full board nonsense. I absolutely would have disrupted this hex from Lumen if I was playing for real.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it would be the right move. You're
You mean the
clear-
gray?
I believe. Yeah, the
Okay,
gray.
okay. I thought you
The,
meant the red.
thing you just
from-
built on.
Yeah, okay.
No. The thing you just built on, I 100% would have just.
Wait,
done
Lumen, which
that.
hex did you think?
I thought you were talking back to the red connection hex, but no. This is reasonable for you to.
Yeah, I would have spent just a worker normally to block
This
you
is so
from jumping on
tasty.
that.
6 for 5. If I could only get more than 3 points back for a bridge.
You can't get your other town?
No.
Oh.
I don't think I had enough workers to do bridges and 2 big buildings. It's really sad. It makes the dig there pretty bad. So a side effect I thought would happen from me taking that double dig blue in the middle is that it would push either alchemists or fakirs onto that brown a lot earlier and give me more leech, and then that just never happened. That brown's empty. What's with
I
that?
just never had the stuff to make another town. Like, I could have made an essential sanctuary town, but I just never had the stuff. And I'm gonna end up with 4 resource points. Am I doing something wrong? Like, I feel like every game I play Fakirs, I end up with resource points.
Picked them too early?
No, not that. The resource
think-
points.
So I think that's actually a little bit of a product of round 5 temple. Like again, people do put a lot of priests on that track, and then you usually have a decent number of trading posts out too because it's just late in the game, and everybody winds up with extra points usually. Now it depends. Some factions will be able to use all those coins for shipping, which can be pretty sweet, but that's obviously not a Fakir's thing, so.
Oh man. Lumen just feeding me free leech.
Yeah. Well, I'm not in a great spot here, because...
You should be feeding Ryan leech. Collude with me.
Yeah, I don't think I'm winning this one. Doesn't look too good.
Yeah, it looks like it's Ryan. What's your network at? Yeah, you beat me in network. Alright, well that's sad. Only 6 network points for me is yeah.
It's not what figures want.
Alchemist and engineers. Like, what were you
Yeah.
ever hoping for? Like,
Well, I don't know. Not a 17 structure alchemist game.
well, sure, but a 15 structure alchemist is very reasonable. Like, so.
Well, I mean, look, 2 trade houses, 2 dwellings is all I need.
Oh, and you would hit 15? That's true.
Yeah.
You're not that far.
That's not that far out. Like a little.
Yeah,
like,
because you could build a trading post too. So you're actually only a trading post and 2 dwellings, and
Speaking of,
Well, you are out of hexes though too. So it's also 2 spades. Well, or at least 1 spade.
but if I would have had a little more leech early, I would have actually been able to spade a hex with my air spade. So that's a thing.
Huh.
But I certainly put together a game here. I'm not sad with how I played this at all.
What am I up to in terms of a town?
Yeah.
Either 8, 9, or 11 points.
Yeah.
Just to hazard guess. Yeah, it's not clear which one's the best. Probably. Oh God, what?
I think it
8
might
points
be 8.
Navy.
No.
It guaranteedly gets you another point on Earth.
I have that in the bag if I want it.
Okay.
I still have this
Then-
water too. And 2 priests. Babuk says
Sure.
hard dig was better than bridge. I mean, I don't think I'm competing on network first place here. I already have network second place.
But he might be right because the dwelling's 4 points.
Oh, it is scoring this round. That's right.
Yeah, because it's dwelling scored, he's
He's probably
Okay.
right. But I wouldn't have thought of that either.
Look at me throwing
It's-
away points in the end again.
I mean, it's not throwing away many though, because now you get to save the priests to actually send to the.
You
last
now have 2 priests to cults.
which
Although,
is-
that's giving him 1 point?
Well,
Unless if you go all the way on Earth.
I
But
might.
then Mike has a priest for that.
I do have a
Yeah,
priest.
I mean, Mike's priest is probably just...
his priest still probably should just be to advanced dig, but it's
Earth, because Earth is 2 points. Advancing digging is 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, advancing digging is 3 points. So he's still supposed to just increase digging.
Yeah, I should have sent priest there for 1 before I town.
for power.
Mistake.
Yeah.
Feed me
Priest there.
more liege.
I wanted to win all the
know.
cults at least. That was my only.
That was your only goal, just like Ryan's only goal is 17 structures.
Oh, I have 17 structures. It's done. It's yeah.
I'm
It's happened.
so... You know how proud I am of you? So proud.
It's 4 towns. It's beautiful.
And, like, I think you got bailed out by Lumen not taking the 9-pointer.
To
Why?
get there?
Because don't you need that? Oh, do you have the town?
Because I built a temple, and temple gives me the last power.
Because if you took a... Oh, wait. You don't get a priest town, so you can't... Oh, wait. You already increased shipping.
Shipping, yeah. I already got the shipping out of the way, buddy.
All right.
I'm a bad player. Yeah. Listen to me. I got this done.
You got it done. I'm so proud.
Plus, I get to steal, or at least mess with them on Earth. It's great fun.
Well, you get to take my 1 point. That's all you do.
Andrew, you're a proud papa.
I take Earth 3 here, right?
Yeah. I do
I
that.
think it has to be Earth 3. I
even
need
worse.
power.
All right. Turns out Mike was
Is 2
supposed to go
power
up
enough?
Earth.
2 power is enough. Look at that.
Still, I mean, given how disastrous it was, I'll still have a okay score. All things.
You still, I mean, this is where
100.
like Terra Mystica is kind of crazy. Like you lost a town, and you wasted a bridge, but that is only like, well, I'm saying only. It's a 15-point swing, right? Like it's important, but it's not entirely game wrecking if you have a
Could've
pretty
won
good game beside it. Now, yeah, I mean, other people have had a strong game here too, so it's probably not enough. But
My big regret from the beginning was not just taking a priest in the beginning in the first round, because that slows down alchemist. You couldn't do what you did. You'd have to bait 2 expensive priests, which is worse.
And he actually couldn't take 2 expensive priests.
Oh, then it
He
was
only had
slow
9
down.
power. Yeah.
yeah, if somebody
Yeah.
does take me floating the priest was actually pretty risky. Although my line was very tight because I got greedy because I wanted to do the upgrade because I knew then I would get the extra power from fakirs, which I did, and I used all my power for 3 power priest, 5 power priest, and the 2 workers power action that I wanted. So it probably was too greedy of me to shoot for that, except I did get rewarded because I got it. So
Yeah, I should have taken priest. I wanted priest to water immediately.
Because, I mean, if Ryan doesn't get that priest, his game's tanked.
it's
Oh,
He doesn't get the 2... He doesn't get 3 dwellings out. I think he just opens Stronghold.
Well,
That's
no, I did have the power to do 2 5-power priests after I did.
You only
slows
had
you
nine,
down.
no, you only had 9 power in both 3. You only had 9 power in both 3.
That was after taking a priest, Andrew. If I don't take the first priest, then I clearly could take 2 priests.
Okay.
Yeah, I
right.
could have still done it, but I probably only get 2 dwellings out. I would add to Stronghold 3 dwellings. So yeah.
Full board alchemists
Yep, 17 structures.
and a resource point.
I did it.
So
Why do I
before we
not
look
play
at
my
it,
favorite faction?
how many
So it
VP did you
turns out
convert?
I did need every leech I got though in order to achieve this. Like after I just built that last dwelling, my power was 310. Like it took everything to get here. It was not actually my most efficient line. I would not
This is why
I would have skipped the sanctuary. I would have skipped the 4th town. I would have not built 17 structures. But you're right. When you can build 17 structures, you just got to do it, right? So.
Yeah, and question from chat that you've already partially answered from AJ Weber. What was it about this game in particular that allowed for 17 structure for town, assuming that something like 15 and 3 is closer to average for alchemists? The part you already answered is that it's a bit inefficient for you, and because it's 17 structures.
It was honestly a bit silly. Basically, you have to end most rounds with 6+ dwellings, which I was largely able to. You have to take worker power action very often. Let's look at the game end breakdown. But I believe I took the worker power action 5 of the 6 rounds this game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had to take both worker towns and a priest town and convert a bunch of priests this final. Like 17 structures requires an insane dedication to workers. Wow, the rest of you are super close.
Very close for second. I'm supposed to get
No, I have 5 resource points also.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, come on. I thought it was 4. That's, I don't even know how I'm supposed to squeeze another point out here.
138's okay for Fakir starting at 30, but it's not great.
No. Well, no, it didn't cost me a point. Oh, yeah, I did cost myself a point. I went 5-power priest to earth.
Oh.
That was wrong.
How many VP did Brian convert? That's the other guess. What do we think?
Probably a ton.
Yeah, it's quite a few, although it's not as many as you'd think, because I did do round 1 stronghold, so
Ryan scored 191 points this game.
Yeah, so 25 plus 191 gives us 216. Minus 9 for Leech gives us 207. And then your score is
167, so 40.
39 because you got a resource point.
Oh, 39, yep.
Yeah.
No, that's reasonable.
Yeah.
I
mean, for round 1 stronghold, it's a lot.
Yeah. When you do round 1 of stronghold, you're usually aiming for like mid-20s or maybe low 30s.
I don't even know I scored 138.
Because you started with 30.
Anyhow, yeah, so 17 structures, yes. So it's crazy. Like I had to constantly take power in this game in order to just keep doing the worker power actions. I got all the worker power actions, all the worker towns. 17 structures is not something you should normally do. I'm not even convinced I was supposed to take as many worker power actions as I did this game.
Yeah, the one time I did it, I'm not sure I should have done it either for points.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have, if I'd have gone priest to earth, because I converted to priest to worker after I formed that last town. But if I did that, that cost Lumen. Do I get second? No, I don't get second. But it's
okay. Question: can we go back to D2 Swarmlands? So you said you weren't going to start there, Mike, because you would just get trapped there. But when you look at the other factions in the game, like you're not going to be playing a high cult game or a high network game against these factions, right? You then get more leech, so you're second in turn order behind engineers, so you get to kick off the party. You get more leech. This is both anti-engineers and anti-alchemists because
it was very nice that you didn't start there, actually.
Yeah. So basically, Ryan could have just lost his town up there if I had beaten him to this brown hex. Or worst case, or the other situation for him is he has to bridge.
I have to bridge and dig a lot of hexes out.
Engineers then get 0 leech. They don't have a neighbor, they don't have a neighbor in the middle, assuming you still start G6. Because I then I don't start E8, I start F3. So it's very anti-engineers and alchemists, and it doesn't hurt you. It actually helps you, I think, because like starting D5? D5 didn't really help you at all.
Well, yeah, it turned out pretty bad.
Well, it requires a bridge town, guaranteed. Like, you know that you're going to do that.
Yeah,
which isn't horrible,
not good,
but
right?
So
So the only awkward thing is putting his stronghold in the. Well, I guess putting his stronghold in the west is fine. I don't know. I'm
it
broadly
seems
agree
like
with Andrew that I think you're
everything's
still
just better.
supposed to have started west.
And what was
Yeah.
the whole idea that Swarmlings were the second best faction in this auction? Were just
That they would get that they would get that leech. They would get the leech from D2. So my thought was, you get the leech from D2. You get you might get double dig round 1, but that's not huge.
Not really.
You can open Stronghold Temple. You have basically free reign on cults. Look at the other
Swarmlings
factions.
would never get a double dig. Engineers should have always
Yeah.
opened double dig.
Yeah, but look at the cults. Like, Swarmlings have free reign over the cults.
Yep.
They just stomp cults. Starting D2 really, as I said, hurts Alchemist game and Engineers game. It's very anti both of those, which I think is pretty huge.
So I guess the better question is, Lumen, why do you think Swarmlings shouldn't have been competitive here?
Well, I
I mean,
mean,
I had a disastrous game, and I
Why
still
don't
almost
you think
I did 10.
I was gonna say, yeah,
almost
Mike
got second
Mike nearly had second, and he got his town cut
all
off
right.
too.
I mean,
Like,
it could very well be that I underestimate Swarmlings, and I think that's just me anyway.
Well, let's look at the round scoring. So I'd say a good Swarmlings game can score about 30 points off the rounds. You can score 20 to 30 points on the bonus tiles, and then you score about 30 points from your favorite tiles.
I mean, I think the track was okay for them. Like, they like that there's temple dwellings late. That's generally better for them than many factions, though. I mean, they don't really benefit compared to a lot of factions in a lot of ways on the track.
So
this track was very mediocre. It wasn't
Yeah.
great, but
so
it wasn't
Swarmlings
bad
do
for them.
fine. Yeah.
I think the only thing that's bad for Swarmlings game was the no trading house bonus in the game. I think that was the only thing that was bad for them.
And they're guaranteed 0 on network.
Sure, but you often can play around that as Swarmlings, right? So you then play a 7 or 8 structure game. You just pass back and forth between the bonus tiles.
Well, yeah, here you can't.
increase.
So,
What do you mean? You can still get the ship bonus tile fairly
Alchemists
early.
are fighting for it.
It's not. He can't necessarily just bounce on them.
Yeah,
every
I'm
round.
just saying that's
He'll-
the
he'll get them a
blueprint for
decent-
your game,
Yeah,
right?
he'll get a decent number, but
you're
we
getting.
like the blueprint. I hear Lumen's concerns, but I do think Lumen's undervaluing them. I think Andrew's overselling them. That's where I fall.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're like the best thing in the world. I'm saying that there's a very strong game here for them.
So to be clear, I think Lumen's main point is you feel Alchemists were probably supposed to be second here
Yeah.
though over Swarmlings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've come around on that as well.
So I honestly I hate Alchemist game if Swarmlings start D2.
I don't.
And there was I think if Alchemists
They just
lose
bridge
their
town
town
them.
there. No, that's the thing. Like I get their round 2, and Alchemists don't get a dig round 1. So if I first action
Look,
double dig like I did,
So I agree. If I stronghold over here, this stronghold very well may never become part of a town. Now, I don't actually think that's killer for me because I
Get a
think
town in the middle.
I'm still gonna build enough structures this game that I think I just build 3 towns and just let this stronghold be by itself. And I don't think that actually is a big problem.
but the other thing, the other reason why I thought Swarmlings were better is, I mean, what are the chances Ryan gets to open Stronghold Sanctuary, get the ship tile, and then get back on the Stronghold Sanctuary, and then get on the dwellings,
Are you
and then
saying
get on the ship
Stronghold
tiles?
Sanctuary in round 1?
Well, obviously that. No, I'm
talking
just
about
saying
the
the
path.
whole chain of them.
Okay.
He got passed out, passed out, passed out, passed out, passed out. Like it was just ridiculous. He got passed out 5 rounds of the game, I think it was.
Yeah.
Like, what are the chances that the ideal situation happens for everything? Like, and that was very slim in my opinion.
I mean,
Sure,
we still
but
didn't like their
but I
position
won
until
by-
halfway through.
I won by 20 plus points. Like I don't need. I got the ideal, but if I don't get the ideal, like I'm still doing quite good. I think Alchemist probably was supposed to be second in the original bidding. But...
I mean, there's plenty of things to be said for good enough pass tiles for Swarmlings, and you can play small footprint, and you can win cults. There's definitely a lot to be said there. I don't think it's 5 points better than Alchemist.
Mike also had to take single spade 4 rounds.
Yeah, didn't feel good.
Like, I think Mike's team could have been at like 150, and yours also could have been brought down.
Wow, you also took 4 priests via power, Mike. That's crazy.
Instead of having the sanctuary up.
This is the wackiest. This is like the wackiest power action breakdown I've ever seen.
What is it?
Engineers have double dig 3 times. Fakirs have it twice. I have workers 5 times. Mike has priest and single spade 4 times each. Like,
yeah,
a little wild.
I didn't get.
Also, the one other fun little factoid that I just noticed is that I collected more workers than I collected coins. Obviously, I converted a ton into coins.
Well, look at the actions taken.
Actual production.
Look at how many actions were taken.
Yeah, that's true too. It took 50.
I mean, Fakirs are low action naturally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and we missed 7 coin action twice combined.
Yeah, yeah. It never got taken some rounds. It just.
Yeah.
I took it reluctantly. In 5.
It's a good thing you did, Mike, because if you hadn't, I was just going to do that, and then I would have never hit 17 structures. You saved me.
Oh, speaking of, I cost myself 2 points. 5 power priest was 2 points less than just taking the 7 coin action in round 6. Huh.
Food for thought.
I was just like, I have so many coins, I don't need coins. Well, good. Should have taken coins.
Well, that was an interesting game, though.
Yeah.
That's your second win, Ryan, or third? You tied?
I think second.
I think it's only the second. Yeah, look, my rating's finally back. I'm like, hey, I don't know. I was a scrub for a while.
Yeah,
You and me both.
yeah, it's my
I
turn.
finally learned how to play Terra again.
Well, that's good for you.
It's great.
So I will admit the one other like big factor in this game was that I did get Earth 1 in round 2. Did you just never care about Earth 1 this game, Mike? Which was part of my read during the bids. Is when I decided I was going to bid Alchemists, but
I didn't expect to take it.
okay.
I wasn't planning to build a lot of dwellings. My overall game plan was that NG and Alchemist would be fighting for network, and then Fakir maybe as well. But I guess if they win network, then they win the game probably. So I don't care about building a lot of dwellings. I want the water bonus, so I was going to be going for that.
So yeah, that's the other reason why I just don't see why starting D2 is so bad. If you're not fighting for network, if that's your game plan.
Yeah, I don't know. I got it in my head that it would be tough to do a town there, but I guess it's not. It's just 3 spaces, right? Sanctuary.
Yeah.
If you're in a sanctuary, it's just 3 spaces. Even if you build your stronghold over here, it's still 4 digs. I mean,
it's 4 digs compared to 3. Yeah.
Now,
I guess
digs
it could
were a
be
little
2.
hard. Digs definitely were a little hard to come by this game. I thought you might try to really advance digging much quicker this game.
I thought so too.
Yeah, I mean, you're not building a lot of dwellings, so you don't really need it
Yeah.
early.
You don't
Just
need
points.
it, no, but
Play.
well, it's points and it is slightly. So it's points, and the main thing, as I said, this game was pretty spade tight. Like the competition for double spade was pretty high, right? Like you weren't able to get it when you wanted it. It's convenient to give yourself an avenue to always have spades in a game where it's hard to get spades. But
so my thought,
your game worked. Your game was quite good as we said. Like if you don't get cut off on your town, you're scoring like a 145 to a 150.
Yeah.
Like you're pretty much right in this game.
Yeah, and if I take that spot, I mean, no, you still get through, but I'll be your neighbor there, and I think I get the 2 key town anyway, even though it's a little slower. Maybe I'd miss it. That was why I wanted to finish the bottom town first, and that's why I. ended up losing
That's
that
why you
spot.
didn't secure it. Okay.
I didn't think anyone was supposed
I mean,
to take the 2
I
key
might
town
take
other
the
than
2
you.
key, but probably not, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't feel like engineers were supposed to be playing a high cult game.
Right. I mean, that's
Maybe
part of why I like
it's
Swarmlings.
a
And we
lot of
talked about
points.
why I like Swarmlings in the auction is I thought that they would probably win most of the cult points.
Yeah, I think that was their huge upper hand. Like,
32.
you're
Alright.
up here at 27 cult points. Like, that's a lot of cult
Yeah, I
points.
should have gotten more on Earth.
Any
as it-
last
as
words
it-
from y'all? It doesn't have to
That
be
was still fun.
related to this game.
It was a bummer we missed last week, and it's fun to play this game even when everything goes wrong. You know.
TM is a game of coins.
Game of coins.
We need t-shirts.
Yep, and I think Ryan's given a good winner's speech already. So
Yeah, that's-
that'll be all for us on the stream, I believe. Thanks all for watching and your questions and just being here along with us. We'll try to be back next week for another one. Bye, everyone.